Evening everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host, the one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated backyard superstar, Tim Vicious, and talking about with last night's Raw. It's the go-home pay-per-view before the Rumble, and I say it every time it comes up to the go-home episodes, but in all honesty, really, the two most important Raws in any month are the ones right before and right after any pay-per-view, because that's the chance to build up the guys to a whole new level or build a whole new story altogether. You know? That's just the God's honest truth. Anyway, Raw started out, they did a little tribute video to Martin Luther King, in which case, first and foremost, I'm saying this right now, I ain't being racist saying this comment right here, so any of you people that want to go and think I am, go fuck yourselves. I wound up putting out a picture on Twitter, after you're done watching this, of course, troll through my Twitter and you'll see it, of Martin Luther King doing this, and I put out on a joke there saying, that was Martin Luther King, he was a fan of the Attitude Era, and he was also a fan of Stone Cold. One or two people got a little mad and tweaked over it, to which case I say, quit getting your panties in a bunch, because, you know, people put out pictures of him holding his hand like this and were saying he was a fan of the Four Horsemen. You know, I did the same thing. All I did was just put it in a whole, just name a whole different wrestler. You know? Anyways, after that, they had Steph and Tripp in the ring talking about on how they're only 1 week away from the Rumble and then starting the road to WrestleMania, you know, and then they were hyping up, about ready to go and introduce Batista, naming the accolades he did, this, that, and the other, and just as they was about to say his name, out comes Randy Orton. In which case, Randy, seriously, you need to go to the Performance Center on your days off, go there, work on your mic skills, because honestly, you keep on secreting Valium when you speak. Because this is what I hear. My name is Randy Orton. You are getting sleepy. Very sleepy. And for the love of God, start wearing pants when you do a promo. Even if they're just a pair of sweats. It's nothing big. Anyways, he comes out, starts trash talking Tripp and Steph, saying on how the Authority keeps doing this and this to him, putting him in these kind of matches, and he's got all this pent-up aggression, which, you know, actually come to think of it, that would actually be a pretty good idea for a name for this era, instead of like it being like the Universe era or the PG era, just have it called the Pent-Up Aggression era, because you want to have guys go full-on ballistic out there, but they really can't too much, because it's a family show. You know? But, yeah, they wind up talking about on how he lost to Kofi last week, and then he beat up Cena's dad, which case, again, really, John, if you ever wind up watching this, do not let your dad sit ringside anymore. Buy him a damn skybox. It's not that hard. Not only that, it'll also keep him a hell of a lot safer. Although you may want to talk to your dad, because he can sell a shot a hell of a lot better than you. But, anyways, Hunter wound up saying probably the funniest line of the night on Raw to Randy when he said, "There's no shame in losing to Kofi Kingston." If Kofi was getting a legitimate push, there wouldn't be, but considering Kofi's teetering on jobber and being in mid-card limbo, yeah, there's a bit of a, that's like saying that you lost to the Brooklyn Brawler, or to Heath Slater, you know? But anyways, they gave Randy a rematch for whatever reason. Couldn't understand on that. But, anyways, Randy was in there, he was furious, and then boom, cue music, Batista comes out, really fucking glad he's back, Not even if he's only there for like part-time and he's only there until like SummerSlam and then he goes off to go and promote Guardians of the Galaxy. I got no problem with that. I'm not going to lie. I've been a Batista fan since he came on the scene when he was doing the Deacon bit with Devon. You know? And, you know, his in-ring skills, what you would normally expect for a guy his size. But I like him. You know? So, fuck it. But anyways, he comes out. Two things came to mind. One, why are you wearing just a zip-up jacket with no shirt on underneath? And two, why are you wearing pants that look like they were fucking spray painted on you? Seriously, you can't even do like a normal Batista bomb where you sit down to do it because of that, because you're going to split them in half. You know? I mean, you can wear pants that have a little room like mine. It's just a thought. But anyways, he came out, you know, Batista came out, kissed the mat on the ring. Not gonna lie, I've done that once or twice. I did that. I did that in my last match. Did that in my last match. After it was all done and the crowd was gone, I walked back out into the ring, sat there for a minute, kissed it, and then I just walked. But that was for that. And anyways, he did that. Looked over at Steph and Tripp like, thank you. You know, whatever kind of bullshit in the past they had, looks like they put it behind them. I'm happy on that. You know, but grabbed the mic, wound up going up to Randy, saying, I came back for one thing only, and it's that title. I'll see you at the Rumble. You know, and left it at that. I personally would like to see something like that go. You know, I mean, just a match between them two, whether either side wins, I can care less on who would win. I just like to see that kind of a match because they do have they can do some pretty good matches. You know, Randy and Batista, they can do good matches. But anyways, on with the first match of the night now. It was Big E and Cody Dust versus The Shield, which case, really nice that they gave a nice, good opening match, you know. They came out, Big E and Cody Dust wound up getting the jobber entrance, Shield music hits, they all come out. It was a pretty good, solid match. You know, I honestly, I'm not saying that the Shield has had really bad matches, but I haven't seen any matches to where I would say, this match sucks from them, you know? My big thing was, I keep feeling sorry for Seth Rollins because he's the one that always winds up taking all the hard-hitting bumps. You know, I mean, I'm trying to think on how to phrase it. I'm doing it again. I'm talking quicker than I'm thinking. You know, like when Big E had him up and then he did that gorilla press and then he just tossed him behind him. You know, I just feel sorry for Seth because he always is the one that winds up taking those kinds of beatings. Yeah, Dean, he keeps doing phenomenal, and I'm not sure on how long his title reign with U.S. Champ is. I think they're looking to try and build him to have the longest U.S. title reign. I don't know for sure, but either way, I know people keep on complaining that he hasn't defended it on TV, he hasn't done it at a pay-per-view, and I'm one of those people, not going to lie. But at the same time, I keep on thinking, they have them do matches at house shows, and they say it's for the title, even though the last time a title changed hands at a house show, I think, was back when they still had the hardcore title. You know? But if I'm wrong, by all means, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or leave a comment below and tell me. But, yeah, Dean, he was good. He was doing his normal thing, the whole, like being a bastard child of Rowdy Piper and the Joker from Dark Knight, and going at them. Yeah. Next, also Roman Reigns. For some reason, they really wound up going big on talking about that Superman punch he's got. Don't see that as a finisher. I see that just about as legitimately as a finisher as Big Show's KO punch or the Cobra Santino does. But as a signature move, that can work. Anyways, Shield wound up getting the win. Glad to see that. See, you can also tell they're still building up a slow burn for a breakup between them all. You know, especially with the Rumble coming up, because they're saying, even though we're going to go against each other in the Rumble, we're still going to be united. It's not going to happen. You know, they'll wind up playing it. If one of them wins, guaranteed they'll wind up having it be like the other one winds up getting a huge ego boost. That's on how I see that it'll go. Anyways, next matchup, it was Dinglehopper versus Xavier Woods, which case it was a quick 5-minute match. That was the bathroom break match of the night, which I know is surprising considering there's an ST Divas match coming up later on. Yeah, Fan Booger Flicker wound up winning. He did that leg drop off the top, and I just feel sorry for him because if he keeps using that as a regular finish, I don't think he's going to have a career very long. You know? Because doing those kind of leg drops, that puts a lot of weight and pressure down on your leg and your back. Yeah. Ugh. Anyways, next matchup, it was Billy Gunn versus CM Punk. Now, the reason on how that got led up was Kane had to come out and apologize to Punk for chokeslamming him on SmackDown last week. Punk wound up teasing him. Was like, wait, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? You know, things like that. Started trash talking Kane. And just as Kane looked like he was about to go and hit the "oh shit, I'm about to snap" button, you know, Brad Maddox came out, to which I thought right off bat on Twitter, oh my god, it's Brad Maddox. I thought he was dead. Because they never show him anymore. You know, what's the point in having a general manager if you're going to have the director of operations, the COO, and one of the chief officers of the company on the show, right? Yeah. Anyways, Maddox came out, talked Kane down, said, Punk, you're going to fight, but you'll fight one of these two guys. And then next thing you know, cue the New Age Outlaws music, and next you know, Road Dogg Billy, get to the ring, 1, 2, 3, shoot, do rock, paper, scissors to see who's going up against Punk. So it's Billy Gunn versus Punk, and pretty good match, you know, Billy still got it. Billy Gunn still got it. I'm glad to see he's doing good, you know, he still looks like he's in good ring shape. You know, the only thing that really seems different about him is he's got a couple more wrinkles and his hairline went from here to like here. Yeah, other than that, looks basically the same. Glad to see he was able to still hold his own in the ring, but Punk wound up getting the win. Punk wound up getting the win. He caught him with a GTS. Big thing that worried me when I saw that was after he did the GTS, Punk was holding his knee and nursing it. You know, I already know guy works like guy's like a freaking workhorse, you know, and he's probably got more issues with his knee than I do with mine, you know. But seriously after Mania, I think he should just be entitled to get like 2 or 3 months off. You know, and the hell with we need him now, the now kind of thing like they did last year with his quick shot match with Jericho. But he needs a break, you know. He's basically the big top tier wrestler, not the big guy, but the top tier wrestler. Right? Him and Bryan both share that spot. You know, Cena, he's the face of the company. Cena's the one that everyone is there for, but Punk and Bryan are the ones that they're there, that they stay to see. You know, it's some kind of analogy like that. I can't think of it right. Work with me, people. I'm only on 1.5 cups of coffee today. Next matchup, it's Rey Mysterio versus Del Rio for, I'm pretty sure, hold on, do this math right. Carry the 5 minus the amount of fucks that I give. It's the 9 million and 10th match, I think, that those two had. Either way, it was pretty good. A lot better than the ones that they have had. I think that's just because they got a lot more TV time than what they normally do, instead of like a quick little 5-minute match. And Del Rio, he of course won with the arm breaker, started working on Rey. He was hitting him pretty hard. The match though, them two can work really good. It's just you need to give them free range to work it, you know? I know WWE has their own style on how they work matches, but you got to remember two things. Yeah, you got to remember Rey and Del Rio both were born and bred in the lucha libre style wrestling. If you let them work in a lucha style, I'm pretty sure that would just blow people's perspective on them to out of the water, you know? Because I honestly, I could see that happening if they did it right. But, you know, they didn't. Yeah, and Del Rio, he started working on Rey some more after the match. Next thing you know, cue Batista's music, because everyone knows Rey and Batista got history. Batista, Rey, and Eddie Guerrero, they were all road buddies. Yeah, and hell, they even had Rey and Dave as tag team champions. But he came out, knocked down Del Rio, and then called for it, gave him a Batista bomb. Wasn't like the normal kind of Batista bomb you get because with the sit down, because like I said, spray painted jeans. You know, didn't want to make a split in the middle. And trust me, I've had that happen. That's why I made that mistake one time when I was wrestling, and boy, is it hard. It's kind of hard to try and finish the match with dignity when that happens. That's why I stick with loose fitting pants like this now. Anyways, after he did that, a lot of people were wondering who was that he hugged that was over at ringside. It was a former boxing champion. You know, that's what it was. But I'm pretty sure they're just giving Dave and Del Rio this feud going into Elimination Chamber, and then they're gonna kill it. They're probably gonna kill it then, just so that, because 10 get you 20. They're probably gonna have Batista win the Rumble, so that way he can challenge Randy. That's my guess. That's my big prediction for the Rumble. If not him, then it's gonna be Bryan. You know. But anyways, next up, it's the ST Divas match with AJ and Big Mama Cool Snuka versus the... honestly, I can't even think of any kind of an insultive name for Funkadactyls. Let's see, how can I turn that PG name of the Funkadactyls into something inappropriate? Give me a minute, it'll come to me. Now, I got nothing, so anyways, really, I would like to say I made this my bathroom break match, but I already did that earlier, so damn my dependable bladder. I watched it and really was not impressed. Just, especially seeing as on how my big complaint on that was, you know, whichever one of the Funko whatevers wound up getting the snot kicked out of them, and then Big Mama Cool tagged in AJ, started skipping around all nice and free like, because, you know, wiry, energetic and such. You know, fresh tag in, fresh partner, and boom, she succumbs to a roll up right off bat. You know, it's not like she got worked down to get pinned. No, she just got tagged, walked in, and then got the roll up. Somebody want to explain the reasoning behind that to me? Anyways, next match, it was it was the Usos versus Owen and Harper. I'm not seeing any reason on why they keep having them go against, why they keep having the Wyatts go against the Usos. They're not giving any kind of a story or a reason on why. I mean, they gave a reason on why they went after Bryan, they gave a reason why they went after Punk, they gave a reason on why they went after Kane, but the Usos, I mean, really? I mean, for crying out loud, 10 get you 20, they're only getting this mediocre tag team push because of the fact that one of them is dating one of those Funka chicks from the reality show. Yeah, it's a... Anyways, really can't say too much on the match. My big gripe was that the Usos won. You know, Owen and Harper, they do really good. They got, like I said, they got that nice creepy feel to them, like the Hillbillies from Deliverance and the Godwins put together and mashed up. I'd like to see Bray get more time in the ring. You know, it's just simply because you got to convince the fans that the entire stable is a force to be reckoned with, not just those two guys and, oh yeah, I'm leading them. You know, it would make more sense that way. You know, I mean, Bray's skills, and I'm going to go out here on a limb here and say this. I think Bray Wyatt's skills are on the mic are just up there with Jake the Snake, because the way he works it, you know, the way he works it, talking calmly, being all nice and cool and collective, and then the next minute snapping the hell out and making it creep out like, whoa, what the fuck? That is what works, you know? That can work. You know, I just think he needs more time in the ring, even if you're, you know, just have him go up against somebody. Hell, toss Kofi to him. It's not like you're doing anything important with him. Or toss Santino. Or even, yeah, hell, put in Zack Ryder. Anyways, main event of the night, Kofi versus Randy Orton. Kofi, please stop wearing Spider-Man pajamas, first and foremost. Secondly, the match, it was kind of, wasn't really all that impressed with it. Anyways, Randy winds up getting the win by DQ, and then boom, out comes Cena, which case my big thing is, really? You're going to have Cena just enter the building like 15 minutes before the show is supposed to end? Hell, you missed almost your entire night's worth of work. Why not fine him or suspend him, you know? Showing up for the last 15 minutes of your work schedule for that night is not proper work conduct in my book. That's my opinion. He was late. He should be fined. He should be suspended or something along those lines. Preferably fired, but I know Vince, he ain't gonna. Nah. Anyways, another big thing, what the hell is with that neon shit? You know, is he trying to be a crossing guard now? First he wears so many friggin' colors, you confuse him for either a Skittle, you confuse him for a bag of Skittles, and now he's got that neon shirt and he looks like a frickin' traffic cone. And Cena chases Randy all up and down the arena until Randy winds up dropping into a car, and then the car drives off, in which case, you know, on a other note, I really shouldn't tweet while behind the wheel. You know, of course that's not to say I was doing such a thing while having Randy sit next to me. Anyways, they ended it with that. Cena coming back out to the crowd doing a thing. Really didn't like the ending to that Raw. You know, last week's was a hell of a lot better with Bryan. But that's all the time for this episode, so like all normal, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch all my other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at TimVicious, and also Tim_Vicious, because I get put in Twitter jail every now and again. Also, don't forget to check out all of these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. My brother from another mother, James Belmont, JX2001, that Roxy Girl _ it's V Bitch, James, Roxy, and Vicky all got their own YouTube shows. Make sure y'all check them out. I am Danny Sunday, Mikey Mars, Helen Robinson 82, Axel Mulligan, he does blogs on Raw, NXT, SmackDown, pay-per-views. Hell of an educated fan, always love having good conversations when I'm on the sport, whether it's talking about WWE, WCW, whatever. Just wrestling in general, always love having a good conversation with him. Yeah, Sunday Siege, hope I can get on there again. I know said that I'd be on there again, just can't give away any kind of dates or times or nothing yet, folks. Yeah, Simply Sabrina, Cranky Asshole, Legion Lady Aaron, the Vampire King, Oliver Ben, and Just a Stupid Mark. Make sure you check out Ollie Ben's and Masked Mark's TNA Turnaround, even when I'm not on there. Cause obviously, either before or after you're done watching this show, of course. Either way, you love me great, you hate me, fuck yous.